What's up, my little beans? It's Blanco Bean here, and today we are discussing Baddies West episode 4. So grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, get yourselves comfortable because we are going to go for a ride. So in this episode, it started off with the baddies getting onto their new baddies bus. Something that I wish they actually showed on this episode, just like a little quick sneak peek or something, just to get a little bit of the details, was the baddies bus. Like, it's brand new, it's remodeled, they got a really nice bus this time. And I wish they did like something where, they showed like little clips of, the space and, the where they're sleeping and stuff, because, it just showed us at the very end, of the bus and, on the sides and stuff like that. But it didn't give us let me give you a little bit of a tour, because I would have been a little bit interested to see how it actually looks before the girls got into the bus. But it looked nice. So, I'm excited for them because they're about to go to Vegas. And then we see, Tommy and Natalie going on an airplane. They're going on a jet to Las Vegas. They're saying, we're not going to go on the baddies bus. Let the girls deal with that while we are, the bosses. We are on the airplane and stuff. And I didn't really care. I didn't see an issue with it. Like, yeah, y'all do you. I think Tommy is a producer on that show. And, Natalie, of course, is the exec. So, of course, go ahead. Show off a little bit. And being able to see the luxury life of being an exec and a producer. But yeah, and on the bus, they were starting to, getting along. Everyone was, sitting down. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Stunna or Kat this whole episode. At first, I was just like, where's Kat? I thought she was gonna go on the bus with everyone, but I thought at first Stunna was still home, or she was gonna get her own ride because they didn't want Biggie and Stunna to get into drama on the bus or whatnot. But I was like, where's Kat though? But it made sense that her and Stunna were in a different vehicle, I guess, going to Vegas. But yeah, the girls were getting along on the bus. Rolly was going to bed, which it's understandable. She just, got back from the hospital, getting Band-Aid up from that, getting her ass cheek punctured or whatnot. So she was, minding her own thing, getting some Z's in. And then, who was this? Scotty. Scotty was the one who was like, oh, let's play a game. And the girl's like, yeah, let's do Never Have I Ever. And the girls start playing Never Have I Ever. And it just started getting into, just this little fun session with them. Scotty was very interested in Razor's tattoos. So Razor started showing her tattoos and whatnot. Razor was saying things about her tattoos were very meaningful to her, and they all had some form of a story. And it got to a situation. So in this situation, it was between Razor and Scotty. So Scotty's perception was that she was, asking Razor about her tattoos. She started because Scotty really likes tattoos, and so she wanted to know the meanings behind her tattoos. And there was a point where Razor was just wearing her thong, and apparently Scotty was touching on her or something like that, allegedly. And Razor felt some type of way, that instant reaction, she got triggered. There was something where it really triggered her, where she was just fuming. She was very angry. And at that moment, Razor started yelling at Scotty. She started yelling at her. She was telling her don't touch me, because Scotty was trying to explain herself no, I was just trying to see your tattoos and whatnot. And security started getting in the middle of them and stuff. And it was just, it was getting a bit intense. I'm not gonna lie, Razor yelling was getting on my nerves. Not just specifically Razor. Anytime people just yell and yell and yell, it's just oh my gosh. Like, y'all, like, I'm gonna go to the other room. I'm not gonna be standing here getting yelled at or hearing people yell at each other. Like, it gets annoying. Either split each other up or fight it out and be done with it. But it's like all this yelling. But at the same time, I started noticing that Razor was pretty drunk. She was really drunk. Like you could hear her voice. You know, it was a little bit slurry. You could tell that she was very drunk. I think all the girls were very drunk as well. They were all fucking drinking the whole bus ride. So of course everyone was, maybe blacked out, drunk, tipsy, have you. But Razor and Scotty got into it. You know, they tried fighting each other on the bus. They were split up. Like Razor was still trying to go after Scotty, and like Scotty was just like, then fight me and whatnot, blah 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 blah. And like they tried to go at each other, but security wasn't allowing it. So security split them up, and they finally make it to the mansion. We see that Tommy and Natalie make it to the mansion first in Las Vegas. The mansion was all right. I actually liked the first mansion more compared to this one, but this one was cute. It was okay. I wish they would show like a little bit of a sneak peek of like, the rooms and how like there's like these like what are they called, like these homeowner shows, like they build the house and whatnot, and like they finally finish the house like all refurnished, or not refurnished but rebuilt and painted and restructured and whatnot, and they show all like the transformations of the rooms afterwards. Like I wish they would do kind of like that, show the rooms, show the living room, show the kitchen. I don't know, that's just my like kind of like house tour person that I just like those type of shows. And then when they show houses or really cool like cars or anything like that, I like seeing the details, and so the interior of these places. But they didn't show it as much. Then all of a sudden the women made it to the mansion, and the drama still continued. The drama between Scotty and Razor. They again in the mansion, they go at it. They go at it. And I'm not gonna lie, Scotty, I couldn't tell though. I couldn't tell. Scotty was throwing hands. I was surprised. I was like, damn, okay. It kind of reminded me of like when Krishan was fighting Slim, and she was giving like Slim those head bops on the back of her head. Like that literally is what reminded me of in that moment with Scotty and Razor. I was like, okay, but I didn't know if it connected. I don't know if they connected though. I tried to like rewind it and see, but I couldn't tell. So maybe y'all can tell me in the comments if it actually happened. But I honestly could not tell if they were connecting to Razor's head. But they really got into it, and yeah, Scotty really surprised me at that moment. So they're split up. Razor is fuming in that house. She's yelling, she's saying, she touched me, I felt uncomfortable, that was not okay for her to do and whatnot. Where Scotty's position was like, all I did was look at her tattoos. I didn't think of it as much. She was allowing herself to, dance on me, get naked around me and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't make sense why she's doing all this. And like, people were trying to calm Razor down. Like Lo was trying to calm her down, see her perspective. Biggie was trying to calm her down and see her perspective on things. And even Tommy, like people were really like trying to check up on her and try to see her side of things. But it was just not really working. And towards the end, Tommy was like, do y'all want to just duke it out and see where things go? And Razor's like, yeah, I want to fight her. I want at least another round. And Scotty was like, yeah, I'll fight her too, when they were talking. And yeah, that was basically the end of the scene. Not much has happened, but it was I felt like it went by really quick this episode. I think only because the whole episode was basically Scotty versus Razor. But this is what I'm going to say about this whole situation. I can see both sides in this situation. Like, first and foremost, alcohol was a big part of this. They were all drunk. They were all, having fun. And all of a sudden this situation happens. They were all freaking drunk. Maybe Razor was a bit more drunk because, again, her voice just sounded very, very drunk, very slurish and things. But at the same time, I personally feel like Scotty should have apologized. And some of y'all might be like, what? Why would Scotty apologize? Like, that makes no sense. If she feels like she did nothing wrong, why would she apologize? This is the thing. It doesn't hurt to apologize. All I'm seeing in this episode is a person that is hurt, a person that is triggered, a person that is, it's just like nonstop, and that was Razor, like Razor was really triggered by this, in my opinion. Like, and I do think that one, alcohol should have been removed in that situation. Alcohol should have been immediately removed. I felt like Razor should have been placed in a different area until she sobered up. That's my honest opinion. But of course, this is reality TV. They don't care about their well-being. They only care about the drama so that they can make money. You know what I'm saying? So, but in this situation, Razor should have been removed and put into a different space. If that meant a hotel room, if that meant into a different side of the building until she sobered up. Because even coming to the mansion, she was still drunk. And I just felt that with everything happening, Scotty should have apologized. Again, it doesn't hurt to apologize, y'all. It never hurts to apologize. Because at the end of the day, like, if you're seeing someone that's being hurt and really is nonstop, like, even when I was listening to Biggie and Lo trying to, like, talk it out with her, like, no one was listening to her. Everyone was just wanting her to shut up because everyone wanted to go party. Everyone wanted to make the bag and whatnot, but nobody was empathetic. Nobody was listening. And this is literally what happens in our society whenever there is an SA victim. No one listens to them. Everyone wants to act as if like nothing happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Scotty, if it didn't happen, at the end of the day, then just apologize in that moment and talk it out when Razor is in a calm state. Having a talk out or yelling match is not going to help nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that's so irking. When someone is in an angry state, there's no listening. There's no working things out. The only thing y'all can do in that moment is split each other up. Separate them. You know what I'm saying? Again, who was it again? Razor needed to be placed in a different space in that moment. And I do feel like no one was listening to her. Everyone kept saying, oh, Razor was drunk. I was right there. I didn't see anything. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? As an audience, we didn't see it. I mean, we couldn't see it. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to say, oh, it didn't happen. Because at the end of the day, Razor's the one who's saying that that something happened, that she felt violated, that she felt that she was touched inappropriately. And instead of like, empathizing and checking up on her, it's more of like, okay, well, you need to calm down so we can go party and go to the club because that's what I care about. And it's like, are y'all serious? Like, oh my gosh, like, y'all don't know how to talk to people. Y'all really don't know how to talk to people who are hurt, are in pain. Like, I don't know. Like, I just felt so bad for Razor in that moment. Like, at that moment, like, for instance, when Biggie was talking to Razor, like, and Razor's like, don't talk to me. Like, exactly. Don't talk to her. Give her space. If she's telling you to give her space, give her space. And if this is for camera time, like everyone is saying, then let her act a fool on camera if it's just for camera time. Why are y'all antagonizing it? Why are y'all continuing with it? You know what I'm saying? It's just, this one was just, I don't know. It just really rubbed me the wrong way, this episode, because again, it just shows how our culture is so embedded into like, our word, culture. Because it's just like it's very embedded in here where we don't listen to victims. We throw it to the side, and we just want to move on. Like, why can't you just move on from this? Why can't you just move? It's like, this girl just got triggered, y'all. She got triggered. Like, I don't know. that was just my thoughts about this episode. Not anything else really happened or stood out in my opinion. The next episode seems a little bit more mellow, but I think it's more mellowing down these episodes as we are seeing. But I am seeing a little bit of like Stunna versus Tommy in the next episode, so definitely gotta check that out. But we'll see. I don't know. I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer for this review. It's just, again, like, I just hear it all the time when it comes to women or even just men, as well, being victims of this kind of things, and people not listening, people not being empathetic. Like, I don't know. I just wanted to fucking hug Razor at that moment, because I was just like, God damn, I am so sorry. Even if it didn't happen, I see the pain and hurt that this triggered you regardless. And again, with Scotty, like, yes, Scotty, if nothing happened, like, of course, like, nothing happened. But at least have the decency to put your ego aside and just apologize. Again, y'all, it does not hurt. Like, I don't know. But that was basically it. That was episode 4. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. How did you feel about the situation? Did you think that Scotty won, or did you think Razor won between their fight? Are you ready to see round 3? Do you think there will be a round 3? I don't even remember if they showed that in the trailer for next episode, but we'll see. But yeah, I will see y'all next time, little beans. Peace.